Siloed data and systems are one of the most common barriers that agencies face when it comes to scaling up their service delivery to people and being more productive as an organization. If we start as we always do, from thinking about it from a user perspective, let's say we have a staff employee that's trying to get an important question answered. And let's say that what they need to do in order to collect data from, let's say, the policy folks, from the program itself, from users, they need to bring all this together to answer this important question. If it takes 2 weeks just to go to siloed system A, get that data, siloed system B, get that data, there's a sort of productivity tax that gets applied across the organization where staff are not able to quickly answer important questions, and that's going to slow down iteration speed. And fundamentally, what we always want from our technology systems and our data systems is that these systems should enable what the humans are trying to do and not disable or stand in the way of those productive steps. But I think we can go even further. And we can go further because having flexible technology systems and data systems is not just about reducing friction. It's also about adding new forms of value. So a good example of this is Nava's work with the state of Montana on their WIC program, Women, Infants, and Children. And what we did with Montana was we actually prototyped in working software a national WIC standard that would allow Montana to incrementally add new cloud-based applications and functionality to the systems, but still be able to integrate with legacy systems, with the data in production. And so it introduced this loose coupling architecture to the system so that Montana could continue to invest in their existing systems, but also invest in the future, and also invest in new forms of value and new applications. And so that's a nice balance point where when we look to our data systems and technical systems, we don't have to start over. We don't have to build everything new. There are smart strategies that allow us to work backwards from human needs and make sure that we do have the flexibility we need to incrementally modernize.
Yeah, I think breaking down those data silos has value from the security perspective as well. If we think about it, the adversaries, malicious actors, are after the data ultimately. And if we're trying to implement enterprise-wide cybersecurity initiatives, we need to know where the data resides, who has access to it, our systems communicating, and having that enterprise-wide visibility enables that governance. Another challenge agencies have is around decentralized governance. Like you talked about, we don't want to be a productivity tax, but we know we need to enable folks to use cloud-based services, for example, securely. And SaaS is a good example. We have, say 2 to 3 IaaS providers, AWS and Azure. But when we think about software supply chain, there's hundreds or thousands of SaaS-based services that agencies are using as well. So we've implemented a SaaS governance model at certain agencies, helping them inventory their SaaS usage, have a process for intaking requests from the agency to use new SaaS-based services. Do we have a level of assurance around using this SaaS service in terms of what data will go there, who will have access to it, and so on? And then moving beyond compliance and actually securing those SaaS environments when we think about things like vulnerability management or compliance posture, or even deprovisioning access and moving beyond using that SaaS service. These are all key considerations in a decentralized governance model.